Mark Percival to restart the play in the second half. That's deep, that's far too deep.
Well, not the start that Nathan Brown and the Saints players would have wanted. Right into the hands of Huddersfield, as Eddie has said. He's a character, isn't he, Danny Brown? You've got to say that, but he's a great player.
He missed it. Does that count as a mistake?
Well, he was stood over the dead ball line anyway.
Oh, he's a character, don't worry about that.
Just having a little smile, but there's nothing for St Helens to smile about, because here come the Giants again, starting another set of 6 from deep inside their territory. Movement everywhere. Robinson, short ball, he gets it away to Akumatai. He tried to get that ball away.
Well, it's close here now. This is the test. They've got to make sure Percival's teammates help him out here. They won't want the first half to be remembered for an early try.
But here they go, but they've lost the ball, and it was Sean Lunt, I think, who tried to plonk the ball over the line.
Well, he's not part of it. He just about half an inch, couldn't get the pressure on it.
Well, let's give credit to Saints' determination. You see Wellens, Wilkin, all the big players for Saints. They know they can't afford to let Huddersfield start this second half the way they want to.
Well, they can't, and they have dominated meetings with Huddersfield since the Giants arrived in the Super League scene in 1998. They've won 29 of 35, and the Saints have won 11 from 16 on this ground.
Well, Saints are taking a leaf out of the book of the Giants. They've kicked on the third. All right, it's a little bit too long, but at least they know they can apply the pressure. And I'm not so sure whether Paul Anderson, okay, it was a good effort, brave effort by Sean Lunt, but maybe he would have been wanting a field position rather than give the opposition possession.
You know, that's the danger sometimes when sides don't have to work too hard for points. They don't always respect the ball. I'm sure Paul Anderson will be getting that message out. Let's stick to our game plan, stick to what was good for us in the first half. Playing behind a good kicking game with extra effort on that kick chase.
That's good defence from Saints, and they know they've got to keep that tempo going for the rest of this second half. Oh, the backspin on that. That's a brilliant kick there. Luke Robinson, chase is good. Look, count the numbers. Oh, excellent play.
3 minutes of this second half gone, and Saints with Lance Ohio will drive the ball back, but look at that defence from the Huddersfield Giants again. Let's get some news on Aidy Gardner. Graham Beecroft.
Yes, and the news is good news. It is just a preliminary and rather sketchy piece of medical news, but it is good because he was stretching off and everybody very worried, obviously. They haven't asked for an ambulance in Helens. They've been assessing him right the way through half-time, and he is now sitting up, so that's good news, I'm sure, Eddie.
Absolutely, it is good news. But this is not good news for Saints, because Luke Thompson has been deemed to have knocked the ball on his own 20-metre line. Well, so it's going to be a Huddersfield scrum.
There was a little bit of a help from Sean Lunt there, but you can see that Thompson was trying to get the arm free.
Stuart, is that a correct decision, do you think?
Well, it should have been a penalty to the Saints. You know, Sean Lunt needs to get away from the ball and stand up. He's put his hand back on the ball and the ball's come out, so he should have gone the other way.
Well, I wonder if they're going to make them pay for that. That was a short ball from Robinson to Ferris, who is dumped to the ground. And Lunt is waiting again, 10 metres away. It's Robinson. Robinson then to Ukumatai. A real rough house in this fella, and he takes some stopping. And they managed to. I'm trying to pinch one here from dummy half. That was Lunt again. And Robinson is scheming. Back it comes to Danny Brough. That's a drop goal from Brough. Well, it's a bit early for that.
Not according to this fella.
It does stretch the advantage, of course, to 3 scores.
That's crafty. He thinks ever so quickly. And it's a perfect left swing of the boot. He knows it.
I think the captaincy has helped Danny Brough remarkably, don't you? He really has matured this year.
I've said so many times, Eddie, Danny Brough wants to be the boss. He wants to be the star. You don't mind. When he plays like this, you let him be whatever he wants.
And there he is underneath the kick-off again, and Huddersfield will run this ball back.
In some ways, you'd have to be relieved if you were a St Helens fan. They've had a very poor 5 minutes, kicked the ball out on the full, lost the ball in their own half, but have only conceded 1 point. In some ways, they've got off with it very, very lightly, but I don't think they can continue to hope that luck will go their way.
Lunt again, oh, that's a mistake by Patrick. It is a knock-on. Well, it's not the greatest start from either side, really.
Yeah, he took his
Second half.
He took his eyes off the ball. Perhaps he thought he was in two minds. Was he going to be the dummy runner? Sean Lunt saying, hey, come on, concentrate. And they've got to do that. Remember, they controlled that first half, then all of a sudden they gave away 2 silly penalties and Saints were back in the game.
And Lam Patrick hasn't been his usual self. He's normally one of the best impact players coming onto the field at Super League. I think that Anthony Mullally as well, they haven't given the impetus that they would have expected. Kopchak and Crabtree will be coming on very quickly, I think.
Penalty at the scrum. We don't see that very often, Stuart, although we have been seeing a few of them this year, haven't we?
Well, I think it goes back to the point Phil brought up in the first half, where he had to bring in the scrum half from Huddersfield, and again they're taking the time getting into the scrum, so he's awarded the penalty.
And it's manna from heaven for the Saints, because look where they are now on the first tackle, deep in Huddersfield's 20-metre zone, and here comes Paul Clough on the run, and he is brought to ground 9 metres away from the Huddersfield line. Test here of this Huddersfield Giants resolve as Roby gets it away to Wilkin, who finds Wellens, and Wellens is halted by Wardle. Turner fires the pass to Wilkin. He pops it up then to Alex Walmsley, and Walmsley is halted. Roby again. No look pass from Wilkin. Here is young O'Brien, and he was so close. Here comes the last for Saints. Can they make it pay? Dab to the in goal. Brilliantly claimed by Cudjoe.
What a take. Talk about cricket in the slips. The idea was good, but Cudjoe just got himself in a good position. Ooh, it's swinging arm by John Wilkin there, looking to get away with it. Wilkin put the kick in, but look at the juggling act there from Cudjoe. Top quality.
And Huddersfield trying to work the ball away from their own line with Ferris. Cudjoe doing really well. Ferris to his feet, plays the ball to Danny Brough.
That's the confidence that Huddersfield have this season. You wouldn't see that from them over the past 2 or 3 seasons in regards to trying to get it out wide, well within their own red danger zone.
Here's Cudjoe again.
One of the big decisions that the St Helens coach has to make, Nathan Brown, is when to bring on Tony Pulatua and Sia Soliola. They're almost his 2 strike weapons. Probably knows he can't play with them for the full 40 minutes in the second half. But he knows his best chance of scoring and striking through the opponents will be when those 2 re-enter the fray.
Yes, big decisions to be made. Here goes Walmsley again.
I think you've got your wish, Phil. I can see Tony Pulatua, the number in his hand, ready to get on the battlefield.
Here's Willie Manu, bounces off a couple, still gets the ball away to O'Brien, who then disappears under the challenge of Sean Lunt. It's Roby, and Roby will give it to Clough again, and the Huddersfield defence close in. And there he is, the big man. Pulatua is back. Roby gets it away to Wellens. Referee shouts held. Lunt was taking a chance then. Roby will have a scamper. Manu will find O'Brien. Good hands this. Josh Jones still trying to smuggle the ball away. That's a knock-on, is it? It's
penalty.
A penalty to Saints. A shoulder charge,
yeah. Picked up by Richard Silverwood. But lack of concentration. Can't do that anymore. Why on earth he didn't utilise the arms? What on earth is all that about? Well, there'll be a few words choice, I would imagine, from Paul Anderson.
Well, it's a great opportunity this for the Saints. Here's Willie Manu. He's difficult to stop, so close to the line. That's why there are 4 in there.
Wilkin is the key. Wellens on the inside, perhaps.
There's Wilkin. Here is Jordan Turner changing direction, running straight. 2 tackles gone. Little mini crisis here for the Huddersfield Giants. Roby. And Roby having a little scamper himself. 10 minutes of this second half gone. Saints hunting their second try of the match. It's with Wilkin. And here now is Manu. Changes direction again. Out the back door finds Pulatua. And he decides to take them on. That's 4 tackles gone. Roby probing, finds Wellens. Wellens gets a short ball away to Josh Jones, and the ball eventually finds its way into touch.
It'll be classified
Great
as
defence.
classified as a knock-on. Head and feet to the Giants. Yeah, you could see that they couldn't get it in there. There's no doubt about in my mind that Josh Jones has knocked on. Yep.
And the celebrations for this tackle almost as big as for the try, but it's frustrating for Nathan Brown.
Yeah, he knew they needed to score there. Simple as that. And there's a camaraderie that's been shown by these Giants this season. They really have worked as a good, solid team unit.
So mini crisis averted.
Yeah, it's safety first now, Eddie. But Paul Anderson just got to get a message out and say, hey, come on, fellas, don't try to be too fancy. Just get through the solid, hard work that you showed in the opening 25 minutes.
Get the impression, Phil, that Saints are coming back at them.
Well, I think they've been really disappointed, you know, to have 6 players on your opponent's line. Didn't even threaten the defence there. Okay, the stats are saying they're getting a little bit closer, but I can't quite see this attacking threat. They're making good meters, and defensively they're not missing many tackles, but I'm not sure how they're going to break down the Giants' defence.
Do you know there is Crabtree?
That was good work, you know, by the sub, Brad Dwyer.
Yeah, the second Warrington man on loan playing in this match. One for Saints, O'Brien, and the second Brad Dwyer from Warrington playing for Huddersfield.
Now then, will they go for the 2? I reckon you should go for the corner. It's been a while since they've been threatening the Saints line.
And that's exactly what Brough has done.
They had the opportunity, Eddie, and Brough went for the 1 point. Would he go another one? Doubt it. They've got to keep down there.
Robinson gives it to Craig Kopczak. And Kopczak, the Welsh international, gets to his feet and plays it to Dwyer. And Dwyer then finds Robinson's short ball to Akumatai. He's been threatening all night. Akumatai. Dwyer is in there again. Here is Cudjoe. And this time it's the Saints who show their prowess in defence.
Will Dwyer throw the dummy, go on his own?
No, he gives it to Robinson, who then gives it flat. And here is Brough. Shows it, gives it in the end. Brilliant pass. Great try, Joe Wardle. Second try for Wardle. Brilliant from Danny Brough again. And a great supporting run from Joe Wardle, back from a 2-match ban. Sent off in the Cup against Leeds. 10 tries in all games before tonight, a personal best. That's 11 in Super League now, 13 in all.
We spoke about the team spirit from this Huddersfield side. Absolutely superb. Look at this. Bang. Put the pressure on Josh Jones. They all got together and say, this is what it's all about. And it is. And then the big fella takes it forward. And the magic from who else but Danny Boy. Danny Brough. He's played for Scotland, not Ireland. But that was outstanding, wasn't it? Wardle, just a little step. He got the numbers out wide. This was creative. Two beautiful dummy runners back on the inside from Danny Brough. And he knew that this man, Wardle, was coming. As soon as he got it, stepped through.
And he has the extras as well, Danny Brough. At 25 points to 6 to the Huddersfield Giants. It's looking ominous for St Helens right now.
I called for it. I said that the big fellas would make the difference, not only by what they do with the ball, but it's also about the threat that they pose in the middle. St Helens defenders were interested in Kopczak and Crabtree. Went across the face of Crabtree to Kopczak, who did a nice simple turn up that brought Danny Brough around on the wraparound. and it was a lovely pass to put Joe Wardle in for his second.
Pound for pound, is there a better number 6 in the competition than Danny Brough?
Well, I must say, I've been saying it for quite some time, Eddie.
Well, you can buy the badges this time then. I did it with Breers. I wasted my money. You can waste yours on Brough.
Well, it won't be wasted money, I can assure you, because the man's so creative. I just can't understand why he is not there in the squad. Maybe we'll soon find out.
Is Kevin Sinfield the other option then as the standoff for Eddie? Is that when you're saying who you're comparing him with, or Rangi Chase?
Well, Kevin Sinfield is a given because he's the skipper of the side, isn't he? So he will play. And for me, it's either Brough or Chase, and I think at the moment Steve McNamara has gone down the Rangi Chase route. He was a brilliant player as well in his own right, but I just think that Brough is something special this year.
Yeah, and he possesses a far better kicking game. They both can produce, as we talk about it, magic rugby league football. But it's just the thinking, the quick thinking that we see from Danny Brough.
Well, listen, there's nothing we will say that will change Steve McNamara's mind. He's the boss. He knows more about it than any of us, and we'll find out who is I think he's naming 20 for the Exiles match tomorrow. That's good defence again from Huddersfield.
Well, if there's any opportunity to put yourself in the shop window, I think Danny Brough, the Giant skipper, has said, hey, I've got the lights on. I hope you're watching.
Roby waits. Gets the ball away to Wilkin, trying his heart out again. Soliola on the charge. Here's Wellens, short ball, but it's just harassing and scrambling this defence, and at the minute Saints haven't got the key to unlock them. Pulatua goes down on the last.
Just see, it did well, Pulatua, to keep that. Got to be dink into the in-goal area, surely.
O'Brien does that, but it bounces kindly for Scott Griggs.
Great position, Scott Griggs. He's had a fine game.
The energy levels of the Huddersfield players when they're in defence are right up there. They're probably 30-some-odd tackles more at the St Helens players, so that takes its toll at some point in the game. They do look a little bit lacklustre in this part of the game. I'm sure they'll find some more energy from somewhere, but at the minute Huddersfield are on top.
Well, a little bit of handbags going on there, and he's lost possession. That's play on.
He has Michael Lawrence. Is it a fatal error? Here's Soliola. That whizzed out of Michael Lawrence's hands. Here comes Luke Thompson again. Roby waits 12 metres away from the line. They've had some pressure, Saints. Can they turn the pressure into some sort of points with Mano? Again.
Good work by Dwyer, got underneath him.
Solid defence. Here's Wilkin. It's with Jordan Turner. Jordan Turner! Again, he's hauled down by Brough.
Ball and all, swinging tackle, confident throw, sort of.
Wilkin, infield it comes. Here's O'Brien. O'Brien booms a pass out wide to Francis Melly. Melly goes down under the challenge from McGilvray and Cudjoe. Josh Jones. Jones finds O'Brien. He pops it up to Wilkin. Back they come again to Melly. Melly gets rid of it and finds Jones again. This solid wall of Huddersfield defence. But a great run from Jones. He gets it away to Soliola, and it was forward.
Yeah, it was just a touch in front, and he knows it was Nathan Brown. But you've got to admire the composure of the Giants' defence. They work hard together. This is where Lawrence just completely lost it. Bang. Maybe it came off the head of John Wilkin, either way. But Paul Anderson will be praising the fact that the Giants have got it together in that defence. No one coming out, no one going for intercepts. It's man-on-man marking, and boy, it's working.
And it's a wall of claret and gold that faces St Helens, as it did against Bradford. They kept them to 6. They kept Leeds to 8. They've kept Widnes to 6. They've kept Leeds away to 8 again earlier in the season. They've got a sensational defence.
Well, since half-time, the Saints have had 18 play the balls close to their opponent's try line. That's phenomenal defence. It's probably more than you'd expect in an entire match. They've had it in a quarter of the period. They've had lots of opportunity. But almost the longer they spend attacking Huddersfield on the try line, the less likely they look to score at present. They look like a former champion boxer. They're throwing the punches, but they're just not hitting anymore.
And here come the Giants.
And what's been pleasing, I'm sure, for Paul Anderson is the two halfbacks, Danny Brough and Luke Robinson. They interchange. Sometimes it's Brough. That's a great kick. Oh, just a touch too long. And he knows it. But sometimes Brough will say, I'll take it first man, or drift out to take second, sometimes third. Luke Robinson then interchanges. It's confusing for any defence to try to stop them.
And when you talk about defence, just look at the work that the Huddersfield Giants defence gets in at both ends of the field.
And I'm pretty confident when I say this that Jordan Turner is still playing in the halves, and Lance O'Hire, the number 6 in your screen there, is in the centre. So I'm not sure what that says about the team and their intentions, but Jordan Turner only played a couple of times for Hull at standoff, last time in 2011, so a big job for him and Gareth O'Brien today.
Well, when Claudio Ranieri was in the Premier League, they regarded him as the tinker man. And Nathan Brown, he loves to tinker.
To be fair, Eddie, he hasn't had the capital to tinker.
No, he hasn't. If you remember, you know, still out, Lomax, Perry, Flanagan for the season, LaFranchi, Howarth, and also missing tonight Tommy Makinson, but they're out on selection. That's a great chase.
Yeah, McCarthy Scarsbrook took him, but what a great take as well.
Yeah, it was a brave take. It was a great chase from LMS. Aaron Murphy, hasn't he developed?
Yep. And why not when you've got a good, well-balanced side? Oh, Griggs has dropped it.
And so Huddersfield drop on the loose ball. Louis McCarthy Scarsbrook wants effort.
He's coming on the angle. One thing he can do is Scott Griggs, when he takes the ball, he likes to step off his left. He's not happy, is he?
Danny Brough had done a great job there, really fixed up the markers, slotted Griggs through the hole, and had he caught that, that could have been another opportunity to score.
Yeah, Louis McCarthy Scarsbrook has not shirked any responsibility this year, that's for sure, with all the injury problems that the Saints have had. That you have to say that they are looking as strong as they have done for quite some time.
Interesting to see that stat, Eddie. He's the leading tackler, and that says it all, doesn't it, when a prop forward's leading your tackle count in through the entire team.
And he got tries home and away against the Giants last year, but he hasn't got one so far this. Here is Roby, and Roby just pops it up.
Going close.
Yes, he nearly made a liar of me. Here is Wilkin. This is Wellens. He finds Turner. Turner then to O'Hire. O'Hire dumps the ball down, and well, I don't know who's judged now to have put this in touch.
Well, was he dragged? This is another rule that I think they should get rid of. He was dragged there. Now, if it had gone into touch, it would have been a penalty.
Stuart,
it was a one-on-one tackle. It was a one-on-one tackle on the drag anyway, so that wouldn't come into. But it looks like Percival's got his hand on the ball when it goes onto the touchline, so I thought it would be Huddersfield's head and feet.
Just amazes me. You can pull, you can drag, you can do whatever you like in the field of play with more than one player, 2, 3, 4 if you like, but put him over the touchline and it's a penalty. Ridiculous rule.
Well, Stuart read the situation there perfectly, because Huddersfield did get head and feet at the scrum. They're in possession again. I think the point that Stuart was making, correct me Stuart if I'm wrong, you were saying that was a one-on-one anyway.
One-on-one you can drag. If there's more than one in the tackle, the referee will call held. If the player continues to drag, that's when he'll be penalised.
Brad Dwyer. Good little run from him.
Great player. Oh, he's got him for crossing.
Yes, it's obstruction against Dwyer.
He's got into the ball.
Oh, I think that's harsh.
Well, he's saying that he's impeded Mark Percival, hasn't he, there? So Joe Wardle prevents the St Helens player
Yeah, but he hasn't
First of all, from tapping in, number 30.
But he hasn't gone round him, has he?
It's a shame for Brad Dwyer that I've seen him play many times for Warrington Academy. I'm waiting for his Huddersfield career to spark up.
Well, it's given St Helens another chance, and it gives us another opportunity here to have a look and admire, really, this tremendous Giants defence. Can St Helens find the way through this time? Walmsley slips. Roby waits. Oh, and a knock on. Well, what can you say?
It's not going their way. That's what you can say. It's a shocking play, the ball. What on earth? But it stuck to him. The ball stuck to his hand.
It's the spray, isn't it?
Spray, yeah.
Spray on the fingers, is it?
Well, it's
not
not
hair and sticky.
Not hairspray, that's for sure. It's a shame, but he's got a talent. I like this Alex Walmsley. He works very, very hard, but he knows he's come up against a strong Giants pack. They boss things out. It's glum faces on the Saints fans. They know they've come up against a very, very good outfit indeed.
Well, I know things can take a long time to turn around in sport, but sometimes they do turn around a little bit quicker, and the St Helens supporters sat behind the post can only hope there's another knock-on as the team get the ball. Can only hope when Johnny Lomax possibly returns, they refine the form that they showed at times early this season when they can score points. 2 interchanges left here for St Helens in the last 15 minutes, but I can't really see. They've had so long here now, battering at the Giants' door, can't knock it off its hinges.
If they do lose, it'll be their 9th defeat in 17 games, which is very un-St Helens-like. Here's Roby. They've waited for him for 10 weeks.
And slowly but surely he's started to get into this game, Eddie. We knew he'd be rusty, and he has been.
Turner pops the ball up. Here's Manu. Here's Manu who's gone past one, gone past two. Flick pass. It's Jordan Turner. And Turner!
Boy, has he tried hard for the Saints tonight.
I don't think there's anyone on the Saints team that hasn't. Roby! Ball goes to ground, untidily it makes its way to Pulatua. He then gets it wide. This is Josh Jones, they're in. St Helens are in. They've huffed and they've puffed and they've finally blown the doors down. And Josh Jones with a big shiner underneath the right eye gets across for a try that who knows what might happen now.
Wasn't the best pass from Roby, but good work there. Pulatua got him started. Jones finished it off. They've nothing to lose but just keep that ball alive. They got the lucky bounce. Pulatua, beautiful offload there. Jones says, I'll take it. But he'll look up at the scoreboard. He'll also see the time remaining and know perhaps that will just be mere consolation. Maybe 5-6 years ago when the Saints were at their best, perhaps you'd take a deep breath and say, could they? But I don't think with this depleted squad they can do it. Can he add the extras?
Well, he's one heck of a goal kicker normally, Gareth O'Brien, but he's missed with that. He's got 10 goals out of 10 to his credit last year at the Magic for Warrington.
Well, Scott Grich is on the floor at that play of the ball. He should be the man that would make that tackle. The bouncing ball, it's always difficult to handle. Pulatua, a couple of offloads, and Josh Johnson gets in to give St Helens hope.
15 points. Still 3 scores needed. And what have we got left? 12 minutes. But in the old days, yes, you'd say Cunningham, Long, Sculthorpe, joint, get going.
Yeah, always a chance, isn't it? Always. And you know how Paul Anderson, well, he's hard to please and every right to as well. That's a good tackle there by Robinson.
It is.
And the big fella.
It's a good carry though. The late footwork there from Melly. Just as he approaches contact, a little shuffle just means that Luke Robinson is grabbing at him. That's good work from the big fella. Look at that leg drive, determination. They've got a sniff of something, Saints, here.
The point that I was making, Eddie, is that Paul Anderson, okay, he'd probably think they should get away with it, but he'll be furious. Remember the offload when they were at the halfway line? Get back to the basics. That's what he'll be saying.
St Helens can have no complaints about the penalty count today. It's in their favour, 8-3. And Walmsley goes down again. Here's Roby. Roby having a little scamper, and this is Turner. And don't tell me the comeback's on. Jordan Turner ghosted underneath the posts. Kick to come, the right back in it all of a sudden.
And he's fully deserved it, Jordan Turner. He has tried every single thing. This is the penalty given away by Luke Robinson. Put them in a position, one of the few opportunities we've seen. James Roby scamper away from dummy half. And it is game on.
O'Brien wastes no time. 25-16. It's suddenly on the comeback.
Well, all the defenders are waiting for the pass out the back. Wonderful feet from Jordan Turner. You just watch. Everybody's on their heels. Akuma Tai, just for a split second, rocks back on his heels because he has to kick on to those outside defenders.
Well, I know one thing, Anderson will be saying there is no offloads anymore. You do the hard graft, you've got the kick it out there in Danny Brough, Luke Robinson, and we get it way down into the corner. What a kickoff that is.
It was a tremendous kickoff. It hung and it hung. The young man O'Brien was underneath it, and immediately he was clobbered by Leroy Cudjoe. But St Helens suddenly have got a spring in their heels. And here they come again with Willie Manu. Oh, Akuma Tai could have been penalised there.
Should have been.
Roby is starting to take a little bit of a hand in this. Wellens and Wilkin. And here they come again. Pulatua flicks the pass. Josh Jones. Josh Jones trying to duck underneath them. Lyle Patrick just got a hand on him, finished off by Ferguson. And it's off the boot and high from Wilkin. Well claimed. But what a chase from Saints now. Percival on him in a flash. He felt that, Aaron Murphy.
Did he ever? That was a big hit, wasn't it?
And Saints are piling in. Suddenly the St Helens supporters have found their voice as well. And why wouldn't they? Look at this set of six defensively.
Bang! Percival in with a big hit.
Right, Giants. If you are Giants, now's the time to show it. Crabtree.
Well, we've often been saying, when will the true Giants stand up and prove that they can match it when it comes to the big games? And this is the panicky. It's a good kick, but it's right down the throat. He takes it well as Francis Melly. It's a good chase.
First carry, 10 metres inside his own half.
This is, Eddie, where the top sides in defence know that they don't break away. Keep their composure. It's going to be a big test now for the Giants. They know it.
And Manu can always produce a jack in the box. Always produce something out of the hat. Roby, Wilkin, back it comes. Good ball. Wellens. Here's Pulatua. Got the ball away, but forward. Wow!
Yeah. It certainly was, but it's such a beautiful thing to watch, isn't it, Pulatua? No doubt about it. It went forward. He's always looking for that opportunity.
He's having a real go at Luke Robinson 3 or 4 times since he's got back on the pitch. He's gone on this left side and it does drift forward a little bit, but he's an amazing player with a full set of skills.
And that's the tragedy for the neutral, isn't it? Because we really did have some excitement then going into the last 7 minutes. If you catch that, you caught the ball and scored.
Cudjoe halted in the end by Wellens.
Big play of the ball, that's what they need. You can see that the St Helens defence, some have come out of the line about forward offside. That's what the home crowd are yelling about.
And Brough doesn't like the attention he's receiving. There's a little push of the knee then by big Alex Walmsley, and that went backwards. He got away with that to Dwyer.
This is getting tasty. There could be a penalty coming up here. Yeah. You just lose the concentration. There's problems for Wilkin.
Well, what are they going to go? They're going to take it and push it into the corner.
They have to. They know that it's been that long since they started, never mind building a house, they haven't even pitched the tent yet. They've got to keep themselves there. And this is where you've got to say to yourself, can the Giants prove to everyone in rugby league that they can control it when they're under pressure? And boy, they are under pressure.
Well, they've got a chance here for Paul Anderson to seal this game with a try on this attack. Brough pops it up. Here it comes again, a Kumatai. He hurts you with every run. Brad Dwyer is in at dummy half. He'll give it space and find Brough. Brough then gives it to Robinson. Robinson then to Griggs. Griggs then to Cudjoe. And over the top from Cudjoe to McGilvray, and the Saints defence this time. They will muscle up.
Oh, did he lose it there?
Dwyer slides the kick through, does Robinson. Saints have got to risk all now. 5 minutes to go. They need 2 tries.
Well, the option was there, but it wasn't the best from Robinson. Ooh, nearly breaks through there. They have not thrown the towel in, have they? He's had a big game, Wilkin. He's worked hard. Just caught a stray boot on the head.
Yeah, got a clack on the head then from Brad Dwyer. Quick hands, great hit. Wonderful hit that was from Aaron Murphy on Lance O'Hire. Forward to Soliola. The referee says no, it was okay.
Well, he didn't see it, but the touch judge should.
Roby again. Another no-look pass. Louis McCarthy Scarsbrook grounded on the halfway line. Last tackle coming up here for St Helens. Have to produce something special. Wilkin looking to do that. Short ball to Pulatua, wide to Josh Jones. Here goes Melly. Melly tried to get the kick away. Wipes the tackle count down. A free play, says the referee. And Cudjoe has it, so it'll be the 0 tackle.
Tried his damnedest, Francis Melly, there to get the boot to ball. There were just too many.
McGilvray.
This is where the forwards need to line up. Say, come on, nice and steady. The captain does it.
Brough has broken them. He's got support on his left-hand side. Griggs on the arc run. He sees what's ahead of him and tries to put the brakes on. Goes again. Down he comes.
He did well though, Griggs. He did not panic. Oh, what are you doing?
Wide kick to Murphy from Robinson.
You do that if you want to try to win the game.
Well, they're trying to close it down. And Brad Dwyer. Infielder comes to Brough again. A drive forward then from Mullally. Just on, as you can see. Dwyer waits. Back it comes to Brough. A dab over the top from Brough. It's come up. It's back to 0. Oh, he didn't hear the call. Or will it come back for the free play?
Well, he should do.
Goal line dropout.
He's not happy, Paul Anderson, and I can understand why. Just play the down.
It was a charge down, says the referee, so no knock on.
It was played up by Saints, but it went backwards, so it was just restarting the tackle count.
Well, we do compliment Danny Brough on his invention, his ingenuity, and on that occasion, his skill didn't match his ambition, and Paul Anderson pulling his hair out.
Here's Cudjoe. Well, there's surely no more time. Huddersfield are going to win it. It's just a matter here now of by how many. But it's another brilliant scalp for the Huddersfield Giants. The big boys have fallen to them this year, all right. Did that go backwards? Yes.
Yes.
Here's Murphy on the half volley. Percival ahead of him.
Just drive in and maybe go for the odd drop goal.
Well, hands in at the rock. Penalty to Huddersfield. They might take the 2 here, mightn't they, just to calm things down? Do you think?
Well, they should do.
Have some fun. He said, no, let's keep going.
The dozy-do. No,
Let's
no,
keep
we'll have a
going.
dozy-do.
He's having some fun, Danny Brough. The hotter it gets, the more tempestuous he gets, the more comfortable he is in that kitchen.
Mullally drives it in again for the Huddersfield Giants. Bang underneath the sticks.
Good run as well. Saliola deep. Good tackle as well.
Here's Dwyer. The pass to Brough. A short ball to Akumatai. That hit a St. Helens man. Knock on it is.
Well, it still raises that question. Have they got the temperament when it comes to the real pressure, Phil Clark? When he knows it's going in, when there's going to be the playoff situation, they've got to be able to control it. And I'm afraid in the last 10 minutes, the Giants haven't shown that.
I think they play well though, Mike. My memory when I leave this ground will be the defence on their own try line. I watched them when they beat Wigan on the same ground here earlier this season. So much of the game, Wigan were bashing away at the try line, trying to crash over and get the points. But the Huddersfield goal line defence was absolutely brilliant. They picked up 2 points that day. They're going to pick up 2 points today. And at the moment, they seem like they've got a full kit bag, haven't they? They've got the defence when they need it. They've got the strike when that's required. They've got the kicks to put pressure under their opponents. At the moment, everything's going well for the Giants.
And they have the resolve, and they have another very impressive scalp. Twice now this year they've beaten St. Helens, and previously they have beaten all the good sides around them. They're picking up their first ever Super League double over the Saints. They've beaten Wigan, they've beaten Leeds, Saints twice, Hull, the Catalan Dragons. Fourth successive win, 9 wins in the last 10. It's a team that believes and a support that believes they're on the way to the grand final. A long, long way to go yet, but they maintain the pressure on Wigan at the top. And what's more, they can sign St. Helens to a place outside the bottom of the top 8 after 17 Super League rounds.